Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Hangout. I'm Sharmeen Thomas and I'm with Indoz Tv. We're in conversation with someone today who moved from Fiji and made Australia home. A lot of our viewers today would definitely relate with that. But wait, there's more. She's a well-known personality in the local fashion industry. With a humanitarian and philanthropic outlook, she is making a powerful statement as a finalist in the Miss Oceania pageant. Let's welcome our guest for today, Zahira Buksh. Welcome to the show, Zahira.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharmeen, for having me here.
So you moved from Fiji to Australia when you were a kid.
Yep.
So how old were you when you moved? Take us back to that time.
I was about 10 to 12 years old when I migrated to Australia with my mom.
Right.
So we lived here since then.
So most people who have moved from Fiji to here have a story. So what prompted your move from Fiji to Australia? What's your story?
My story is like I'm the last kid, youngest child in the family. And when I was 8 years old, my father passed away, and he was a successful businessman all over Fiji and Sydney as well.
That's a very young age to lose your father.
Yeah, and we lost everything overnight, and mom has gone through a lot. So my family, my brothers and sisters decided for mom to move to Australia because I was very young. So she migrated with me to Australia.
And did your siblings move with you as well, of course?
No, because they were older.
Right.
And my oldest brother and the older sister, they were already married with kids. And the middle sister, she was already 18 and I was very young. So we have very big gaps between us.
That's right. Well, lucky last. So once you moved here, did you have any family when you moved over here? And did you move to Brisbane?
Yes, we came to Brisbane. We had one auntie here.
Okay.
We stayed a few days with her and then we had to move out.
Okay. You had to move out.
You had to move out. I think I've seen the worst in my childhood. If you don't have money, if you don't have things, how people change overnight. So I've been through a lot as a child. I had to see and become mature in my very young age.
It sounds like you've seen a lot and been through a lot from a young age, like you said. So having family over here didn't support you, but it definitely has shaped your experience.
Yes, it has. It's a long story. I'll just make it a short. Actually, instead of family, we had people who was working for us, for mom, and they really liked mom because she was more caring person.
Yep.
So they've given the number of their family. So we visited them and they are the people who helped us. And we rented, we stayed here for a few years and then we went back to Fiji for 1 or 2 years and then we came back to Australia and we stayed since in Brisbane.
And so now in Brisbane, it's just you and mom.
Yes.
And mom is quite old.
Yes.
If that's okay to say.
She is actually. She has disability and she fell from the stairs where we used to live and then I become her carer as well. Right.
And how do you balance work? And we will come and talk a little more in detail about your work as well. But is it, how do you balance home and caring for someone?
It's hard. Because I'm the only one who has to do everything. So I take care of her. I have to do stuff. If I have to go shopping or if I have to go for other work, I do things at home. I prepare everything at home and make sure she's got everything and she's got a phone, she's got an alarm, and then I go for walk. I only take, I've got few jobs that I do only for certain hours because mainly I care for my mom.
That's right. And so coming coming to the work bit of your life, which is obviously a very important component of what you do. So you started off with organizing Bollywood events.
Yes.
So how did you get into that area?
As a child, I always thought that I will do something different because I was told as a kid that you can't do this, you are not good enough, and I was being pushed down. And I had that thing built up
You were a
within
rebel.
me. And I thought I will do something different. And I knew there wasn't much happening in Brisbane. There was only a few shows happening. So I decided that I will do something different. So I created my own Hollywood and Bollywood events with few other people. And then for several years, I was successful event management, and after that I got a chance in modeling industry.
Right.
I never even thought about it, it just happened.
I was just going to ask you about the modeling bit. Did you ever think that you wanted to do that? How did it come about?
Actually, I never thought. I just went to, there was a small fashion was happening, and they invited me to come and watch the show. So when I went there, they just put me behind the stage, and I didn't know what was going on. And they said, "You're the model." I said, "No, I can't even walk." So they said, "No, since you're here, just
delightful,
walk."
I think.
And I walked straight, and I walked straight back, and I didn't know where to stop. I just walked out, and I thought, it was like shocking. And then I got approached by Miss Australia, and it just
It started off from there. So I think doing that impromptu ramp walk gave you a taste of what that might be like.
Yes, it did. Actually, I never thought I will go back again. But when they approached me, when she talked to me, and I said, "I'm short, I'm not that tall." And she said, "Don't worry, you've got a figure, you've got looks, and we have this limitation for the height. So you are in that category."
You're in that category. So talking about height, I was this is something I would have asked later, but I should ask you now. Have you faced a lot of stereotypes being in the fashion industry for about 10 years now?
Oh, well, I started in 2017.
2017, right.
Yeah.
It's about 7 years.
Yeah.
Have you faced many stereotypes?
Not really. It's been a great journey. So I met different kind of people and everything. It's quite interesting.
Apart from this first impromptu ramp walk that you did, what was the first fashion show that you did, and what was that experience like? Where you were prepared and you were going to do this?
Actually, I wasn't prepared.
There you go.
I wasn't prepared. I was like in panic mood, and I was thinking how I'm going to face, especially when you have come from event management, but you've never worked on a stage. You always
You're behind the scenes. Yeah.
And all of a sudden they put you on the stage, and there's so many people, and you think, how am I going to do this? And there was this girl that we had to work together, in pairs, and she went and she got freezed, and she was an experienced girl. So the other one told me to go and get her. So I went, and I just took her smoothly as if it was just my work. And since then, they told me to do more work, and I did ramp work, and from there, I just went on and on.
So you moved from behind the stage to on the stage.
Yes.
And in the course of these 7 years, you've done about 50 or so fashion shows.
More than 50, yes.
So what is your main motivation behind doing these shows? Are you here for the fame? Are you here for the passion? Are you here for the money?
No, actually, I'm here for, to be honest, it gives me a boost. And also you're meeting so many variety of women, and you talk to each other, you boost each other, you understand each other, support system. And it's like understanding, and also it gives you a confidence. And you are also helping other charities while you're doing the fashion shows as well.
So how are you linked with these charities, and how do they benefit from the work that you're doing?
I have worked for many other charities, which is they do the fashion shows, and from that money, and also we put the money that we get towards the charity, and it helps other charities.
What are some of the key highlights of your overall fashion career?
I think it just try your best and be confident and keep open-minded, and also support each other.
You also had an opportunity to do some work with the movies. What was that about?
Actually, that also just happened.
It seems like, you know, there's opportunities that knock on your door, which I think is absolutely great. I think in a way you attract that kind of energy.
I
So
guess so.
how did that happen, and what kind of work did you do?
Since I was doing modeling and I was publishing magazines, so one of the guy who knew me, who saw me in the fashion industry, he approached me. He said, "Would you like to do Z video music?" And I said, "I've never been in front of the actual camera. like, you know." And he said, "No, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. There's a role that we're gonna make a story music video." So I said, "Okay," and then we went from there. And recently, I have done the Hollywood acting as well. It's not a main character; it's the side ones. At the moment, I'm not that experienced.
But we all start somewhere, and I think that's absolutely commendable. Is this movie already out? If we had to tell our viewers today where they can find you, what movie is this, and you know, what do we have to look forward to?
Actually, I cannot reveal the
Zahira.
name yet because when you sign the papers, it's like until it's released, until it's on the cinemas, I'm not allowed to.
And when are we expecting this to sort of come out?
This year.
This year, okay. Well, we might have to get you back when that happens, because we'll get to see our own, you know, local Brisbane star on there. So that's wonderful. Congratulations on that accomplishment. Now, tell me a little bit about Miss Oceania. So this is a pageant that you are a finalist of. So how did that come about, and what are you doing there?
Actually, I didn't even expect that. Since I've done lots of fashion shows, I mean, being a model and published in magazines, and I've also won IFM award. So from there, they are the ones who found me. They sent me an email and called me, "Would you like to be part of the Miss Oceania pageant?" I thought, since I haven't been doing something like, you know, I just left everything and I was just working. I thought, why not? So I just joined in, and it's quite a bit of a journey, and it's giving me a boost and also a new experience, and for me to learn that I've got more within me that I can do, to learn more things about myself. It's giving me confidence and meeting all other people as well.
So what has been the most important part of this journey of being a finalist of Miss Oceania?
They actually give you a task that you have to complete, and also you have to be your best and to become a finalist. And after that, there's the crowning comes. So in that also you're doing a charity work, and which is I normally do, and it's this time it's more out there. So it's just giving me a boost as well to learn and meeting also other people, and for me to give the message to the world that even other people put you down, you have that thing that it keeps telling you that you can't do things, but you push yourself and try your best. Even if you don't win, you have learned something and you have met so many people, and keep trying.
You only regret the mistakes that you don't learn from.
Yes.
Yeah, I read that somewhere recently, and it really resonated with me, and I think it resonates very closely with what you're also saying here. So I think that's absolutely commendable. You've spent a fair number of years in the industry. Now, if you had to tell someone who has recently started out in fashion, I feel like starting out is probably the easier bit. Staying in there might be the harder bit. So what would you say to someone in that position? What advice would you give them?
I think if you stay down to earth, be humble, you go far. But if you start flying, you fall.
And what is your secret to being humble, to staying humble?
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you have achieved so much, stay the way you are. Don't think that you have achieved so much so you can't mingle with other people or you are something different. We are all human beings. We all learn from each other. Everybody got uniqueness. And we learn and support each other. That is the most important thing.
And to sum it up, if I had to ask you once more, who is Zahira Buksh?
Actually, you're right. I haven't heard this question yet.
There you go.
Zahira Buksh is a person, a kid who has come from something that she never thought she will do it, but then she pushed herself and she's out there to achieve things and learn in between and also tell other people you can do it.
That's a very powerful message, Zahira. Thank you so much for sharing that with me and with our viewers today. I hope you're successful in all the endeavors during your lifetime and you pass every obstacle with flying colors. Thank you so much for being a wonderful guest. Thank you for joining us on Let's Hang Out.
Thank you, Sharmeen.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.